Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine you're a professional services firm, right? And you're navigating this marketplace that just feels more crowded, more competitive than ever. The old playbooks, they're kind of gathering dust. And the way buyers find and choose services has, well, fundamentally shifted. Today, we're not just defining B2B marketing, we're giving you a strategic roadmap, the goal, to not just keep up, but to truly dominate your space. We've pulled insights from expert articles, from research, really trying to help you understand how B2B marketing has evolved and, what strategies actually work for firms like yours.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating here is just how profound that shift in the buyer journey has actually been. The traditional reliance on, say, direct outreach or just waiting for referrals, it simply isn't enough anymore, not even close. Our sources highlight something really interesting. Today's buyers, they're almost as likely to hit up search engines for solutions to complex work challenges as they are to, ask a colleague for a referral. This completely redefines the strategic landscape a firm needs to master. It really does.
Okay, so to start building this new roadmap, let's get a baseline, a foundational understanding. When we talk about B2B marketing strategy, specifically for professional services, what exactly are we defining? What makes it unique?
Right. At its core, B2B marketing strategy is, well, it's the carefully selected set of techniques a firm employs. Techniques to reach, nurture, and ultimately sell its specialized products and services to other businesses. And the distinction from B2C marketing is really crucial here. Your buyers are typically sophisticated, often C-suite, maybe director-level professionals, and the sales cycle itself tends to be significantly longer. We're talking weeks, months, sometimes even years.
Years. Wow.
Yeah, in that extended sales cycle, it isn't arbitrary. It reflects the nature of the problems being solved. Businesses engage professional services to tackle complex, high-stakes challenges, often expensive ones. So this means the decision-making process is incredibly deliberate. It requires extensive due diligence, customization. Consequently, a truly effective B2B marketing strategy has to seamlessly address every single stage of that intricate buyer journey.
That distinction, yeah, about the buyer profile and that long sales cycle, that feels critical. And to simplify this whole complex journey, our source material breaks it down. It uses a pretty powerful three-tiered funnel model. Let's walk through what each tier means for your firm's marketing efforts. Starting out at the top, a top tier, awareness and visibility. So at the very top, the wide end, you've got potential clients who might be completely unaware your firm even exists, let alone what you do. For a firm, what's the primary goal here at this initial awareness stage?
The objective here is basically pure visibility and attracting the right kind of attention. You want to broaden your brand's reach, pull in potential buyers, sure, but also critically referral sources and industry influencers. Think of it like planting seeds, practical examples. Maybe your firm's experts speaking at or actively networking at top industry conferences, places where your target audience actually gathers. Another really effective tactic is submitting insightful articles to online publications, the ones widely read by your potential clients.
Right, planting seeds, not harvesting yet. So, if the top of the funnel isn't about closing deals, what's the biggest mistake firms make here? Like jumping the gun?
Exactly that. Trying to fail too hard way too early. That's the killer mistake. The goal isn't immediate conversion. It's about establishing recognition, building credibility. You're essentially just providing a clear path for future engagement, letting them discover you as a potential solution long, long before they're ready to buy. A hard sales pitch at this stage. It'll likely just deter them, scare them off. Be middle tier, engagement and nurturing.
Okay, let's move down. Talk about the middle of that funnel. It's often where firms kind of lose leads, right? Yet the source material says it's critically important. Why is this stage so challenging for so many firms, and how do the top performers leverage it effectively?
It's the middle. This is where B2B marketers truly, truly earn their keep. See, many buyers are months, maybe even years away from making a purchasing decision. And the challenge is keeping your firm top of mind without being intrusive or annoying. The top performers. They get that this stage is all about consistent, value-driven engagement, not selling, engaging. A common and highly effective approach is supplying insightful, practical educational materials. Think webinars, for example. Potential buyers can experience your firm's experts, but in a totally no-pressure environment. They learn, they ask questions directly relevant to their challenges.
Right, like a taste of the expertise without the commitment. And beyond webinars, where does email marketing fit into that long game, that nurturing process?
Oh, it's absolutely central.
Yeah.
Central to nurturing. Sending relevant educational stuff, e-newsletters, really in-depth blog posts, white papers, guides. It consistently demonstrates your firm's thought leadership. It builds trust over time. And here's a key thing, segmenting your email list. By industry, maybe specific interests. It makes these communications way more powerful, more personal. Remember, people are generally far more receptive to genuinely helpful information than they are to a premature sales pitch. See bottom tier. Conversion and decision.
Okay, finally, we arrive at the narrow end, the bottom of the funnel. This is when the buyer is actively ready to make a decision. And they're often evaluating several options at the same time. How does B2B marketing lead typically signal they've reached this critical stage?
Yeah, this is when they've typically, as we say, raised their hand.
Yeah.
They've indicated a clear intent. They want to speak with a firm representative. Maybe they request a demo or a proposal or a direct consultation. It's an active signal. And at this crucial juncture, B2B marketers play an absolutely vital role. They need to equip the sales team, equip them with precise, compelling materials. We're talking everything from tailored pitch decks, comprehensive qualifications packages, to really compelling case studies that clearly show your firm's expertise and, crucially, your successful track record. 2. The 10 essential B2B marketing strategies.
Right. So now that we understand the flow, that strategic journey through the funnel, let's explore the 10 specific strategies, the ones that can help firms not just keep pace, but really gain that competitive edge. And the first one, you called it the bedrock.
Research, it really is the bedrock. I mean, think about it. Without deep, systematic research, all your other marketing efforts, they're essentially just shots in the dark. Imagine trying to craft content for your website or optimize for search or even pick your social media platforms without truly understanding your buyer's pain points or the specific language they use or their preferred channels. Research gives you that objective basis for marketing. It allows firms to make informed decisions and crucially set baselines so you can actually measure results.
So it's about knowing your clients better, yeah, to serve them better, but it's also making sure every dollar, every hour spent on marketing is actually an informed investment, not just guesswork.
Precisely. Exactly that. And here's a truly compelling statistic. This is from our own studies.
Yeah.
Firms that consistently conduct systematic research on both prospects and existing clients, they grow 3 to 10 times faster. 3 to 10 times. And they're up to 2 times more profitable than firms that don't do the research.
Wow.
Yeah. It directly translates to tangible business outcomes. It's not just academic. 2, niche-driven strategy.
Okay, next up, a niche-driven strategy. This one sounds incredibly powerful. Beyond just making marketing easier, what are some of the maybe less obvious but truly transformative advantages for firms that really master a niche?
Oh, it's so much more than just easier marketing. It's about fundamentally reshaping your position in the market. Our research consistently, year after year, shows the fastest-growing firms are specialists. Specialists in a carefully targeted niche. See, when you're known as the expert, the go-to firm in a specific high-value area, you can often command premium fees. Why? Because you're solving a unique, critical problem that others can't. You also start attracting top-tier talent, people who want to work on those specific, interesting challenges. You even gain a stronger position to sort of dictate terms. It moves you from competing mainly on price to competing on unique, undeniable value, and that transforms your profitability, your whole growth trajectory. It's huge. 3, a high-performance website.
All right, number 3, a high-performance website. We've all known for years, okay, a website's important. But the source material really hammers home its absolutely crucial dynamic role today. It's way beyond just a digital brochure now, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's the undisputed hub, the center of a firm's entire online presence, period. Remember what we said earlier. Buyers are turning to search engines first, so your website must be discoverable. That's non-negotiable. And what's truly critical here, that statistic, 80% of people look at a firm's website when checking out service providers. 80%.
80, that's massive.
It is. It's the single most commonly used information source by far. It's your 24/7 storefront, your thought leadership platform, your lead generation engine, all rolled into one.
So it's not enough just to be found online. The website itself has to perform. It has to work hard.
Exactly right. Perform is the key word. It needs to clearly demonstrate your firm's expertise, obviously. It needs to articulate differentiated messaging. Why you? Why are you credible?
Yeah.
Why are you a good fit? It needs robust educational content. Good content. And targeted offers within the site can effectively guide leads through that funnel we talked about. And don't underestimate design either. It deeply influences perceptions of your professionalism, your credibility. It even aids recall. And of course, responsive design. making sure it looks great and works perfectly on mobile devices. That's not optional anymore. That's just table stakes. 4. Search engine optimization, SEO.
Okay, so your website is the central hub, but like you said, a fantastic website is only as good as its discoverability, which naturally leads us straight into the crucial role of SEO, search engine optimization, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It's the next logical step. Our studies of those high-growth firms, they consistently show that most rate SEO as a critical digital marketing technique. And what's more, higher levels of SEO maturity firms that are really good at it correlate directly with getting a greater proportion of digital leads and significantly increase profitability. Why? Primarily because digitally sourced leads typically cost less to acquire than leads from more traditional channels.
Makes sense. So for those looking to really leverage SEO to get good at it, what are its main components? What do they need to focus on?
It primarily involves two sort of synergistic parts, two sides of the coin. First, there's on-site SEO. That means strategically using targeted keyword phrases within your website's content. In the text, in the headings, the images, you're basically communicating directly to search engines, telling them what your site is about, so your ideal audience can find you when they search for those terms. Second, there's off-site SEO. This involves securing links to your website from other reputable, authoritative sources across the web. Think industry publications, partner sites, directories. These external links act like votes of confidence in the eyes of search engines. They profoundly increase your site's credibility and authority, which boosts your rankings. 5. Social media.
Okay, number 5, social media. Now, social media for B2B professional services firms. For some listeners, that might still feel a bit counterintuitive, maybe even a waste of time. How significant is it really?
It's not just significant. Honestly, it's a game changer. And it's firmly here to stay. It's not a fad. Our research found that over 0% of buyers check out news service providers on social media. Just think about that for a second. It's a more commonly used source of information than even formal referrals and recommendations in some cases.
60%. 60% of buyers checking social media. That completely shifts the landscape, doesn't it? It's not just for B2C anymore. And you're saying it's even changing how referrals work.
It absolutely is. A recent study revealed something remarkable. 17%, almost 1 in 5, of expertise-based referrals are now made directly because of social media interactions. Social media dramatically accelerates the reach of your reputation, your firm's expertise, your content, everything. It allows you to network efficiently, engage directly with your audience, and importantly, actively monitor your brand's perception through what we call social listening. It gives you invaluable real-time feedback. 6. Advertising.
All right, so beyond organic reach from SEO and social, advertising still clearly has a vital place in the modern B2B toolkit. For professional services firms specifically, what are the most effective platforms for that paid reach? Where should they put their ad spend?
Yeah, paid reach is important too. Firms have several highly effective avenues they can explore. They can advertise on industry-specific publications and websites, the places their audience already trusts and visits. Strategically on social media platforms, of course. LinkedIn tends to be particularly powerful for B2B targeting. And then there's search engine marketing, or SEM, think Google ads, Bing ads, paying to appear for specific search terms. Plus, let's not forget retargeting, that clever, cookie-based technology that serves relevant ads to your audience across the web after they've already shown some initial interest. Maybe they visited your site or downloaded something.
Retargeting, yeah. So it follows them around a bit.
Yep, exactly. Keeps you top of mind. And what's powerful about these channels is that advertising doesn't just promote your services directly. It can effectively drive content downloads, build your email list, and just generally increase overall brand visibility. LinkedIn, retargeting, and that industry-focused advertising. They tend to yield the best results for professional services. Why? Because they allow for highly precise targeting, which means more relevant leads, more conversions, and usually lower costs per lead. Some of them can be effective too, especially for reaching very specific, hard-to-find audiences, but it typically requires pretty rigorous testing and optimization to make it truly cost-effective. You gotta watch those clicks. 7, referral marketing.
Okay, number 7, referral marketing. You mentioned earlier how social media is impacting referrals, but let's look at referral marketing as a standalone, intentional strategy. The nature of it seems to have really evolved, hasn't it?
It truly has, massively. The traditional idea of a referral, it often meant a direct connection from a past client, someone you worked with. But our studies revealed this profound shift. Over 81.5% of providers have now received a referral from someone who was not a client and never worked with them.
81.5%. That's a huge number. Where are these non-client referrals actually coming from then, and how can firms intentionally cultivate them?
Yeah, it's astonishing. The vast majority. They're based on a firm's widespread reputation, specifically reputation for specific, deep expertise in a certain area. And this is where content marketing, in conjunction with all the other digital tactics we've discussed, like SEO, social, website, becomes incredibly potent. By consistently publishing and promoting valuable thought leadership content, firms can build this pervasive reputation for specialization. Their name gets known for that thing. This allows them to generate high-quality referrals, even from audiences they haven't directly worked with, simply because their expertise is recognized across the industry. People know who to point to. 8. Marketing automation, CRM, and lead nurturing.
All right, strategy number 8. This section feels like the technological nervous system, the backbone that ties so many of these sophisticated strategies together. Can you break down these essential components? Marketing automation, CRM, and lead nurturing.
It absolutely is the nervous system. That's a great way to put it. Marketing automation is basically about replacing repetitive manual processes. Think sending follow-up emails, segmenting lists, tracking interactions with efficient automated workflows. It centralizes your online marketing efforts. Choosing the right software, one that actually aligns with your firm's size and complexity and needs, that's paramount. It streamlines so much. Then there's the customer relationship management system, the CRM. This isn't just, a fancy digital Rolodex. It's an indispensable database. It's for tracking and organizing all your opportunities, all your client information, meticulously logging every single interaction, emails, calls, meetings, everything. It provides that centralized, accessible repository across all your departments, sales, marketing, service, ensuring everyone has the most up-to-date client picture. No more silos.
Okay, got it. And how does lead nurturing, which we touched on back in the funnel discussion, fit into this technological framework? How do the systems enable it?
Yeah, lead nurturing is where the automation and the CRM truly shine together. It involves creating these targeted, analytics-driven email campaigns that deliver relevant content and offers precisely tailored to a buyer's role, their industry, maybe their specific stage in the purchasing process. Drip email campaigns, for instance, you set them up once, and they provide this hands-off, yet highly personalized way to send curated content over time. You're consistently educating prospects, building deeper engagement, keeping your firm top of mind until they're ready to engage directly. It automates that long-term relationship building.
9, testing and optimization.
Number 9, testing and optimization. This feels like the continuous improvement loop for the entire marketing engine we've been building. What's the core principle here? You nailed it. It's the scientific method, but applied directly to marketing. Pure and simple. Just as research is your bedrock, testing and optimization are your steady, indispensable guides, your steering wheel. You should never, ever stop monitoring and refining your marketing efforts. Ever. And crucially, this refinement must be based on hard, measurable data. Not just intuition, not gut feelings, not what you think might work. Data.
Okay, data-driven decisions. So what kind of testing are we talking about on a practical level? What should firms actually be doing?
We're talking about things like A/B testing emails, for example. Setting 2 versions of an email with one change, maybe the subject line, or the call to action to see which performs better. Same for landing pages. Using specialized tools, you can experiment with variations, different language, different design elements, imagery, even just the color of a button, to see precisely which versions produce better conversions or more engagement. It also means thoroughly testing how your emails and landing pages actually render. Do they look right? Do they function correctly across the huge variety of different devices, browsers, and email platforms your audience uses? That quality control is vital. 10. Analytics and reporting.
And finally, number 10, to truly fuel that continuous testing and optimization cycle, you need robust measurement, don't you? You need to know what the tests are telling you. What are the key elements of effective analytics and reporting?
Absolutely, they go hand in hand. Testing without measurement is pointless. To systematically improve your marketing program over time, you need to rigorously monitor the right metrics. Not just vanity metrics, but the ones that actually impact the bottom line. Then you need to analyze those findings for actionable insights. What does the data actually mean? And critically, ensure those insights reach the right decision makers within your firm so action can be taken. Tools like Google Analytics for website traffic, platforms like Moz or SEMrush for tracking SEO performance, maybe Hootsuite or similar tools for social media, they provide the essential raw data.
Yeah, this is where marketing truly goes from feeling like maybe just an art form to being a real science, isn't it?
Absolutely. By embracing analytics and testing, firms that diligently gather, interpret, and most importantly, act on data across their entire marketing effort, Those are the firms positioned not just to survive, but to truly win. Especially in today's rapidly evolving online world, it moves marketing from purely a creative pursuit, which it still is partly, to a much more data-driven science. Outro.
Wow, what a deep dive into the modern B2B marketing landscape, specifically for professional services firms. From really understanding the buyer's complex journey through that refined funnel to implementing these 10 essential interconnected strategies, it's abundantly clear that successful marketing today is, well, it's a dynamic, multifaceted endeavor. It's not simple.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's about so much more than just, pushing messages out there hoping something sticks. It's fundamentally about building authentic relationships, demonstrating your unique expertise with clarity and confidence, and leveraging technology strategically, smartly, to meet buyers precisely where they are today, which is often online. Each of these strategies we discussed, when they're carefully considered and implemented together, they can contribute significantly to a firm's sustained growth and profitability in ways that were, frankly, unimaginable just a decade or so ago.
So, what does all of this mean for you listening right now? As you consider your own business's marketing strategy, remember this key takeaway. While these principles are universal, no two B2B marketing strategies are, or frankly should be, exactly the same. Every firm is unique. Every firm needs to develop its own specific suite of messages, tools, and techniques to reach and persuade its specific audience. The real advantage, the edge, goes to those organizations that equip themselves to truly understand how the marketplace is changing, how their audience buys their services and products, and importantly, who are willing to adapt and evolve. Because those are the firms positioned to not just compete, but to truly thrive, no matter what the economic climate throws at them.